Guys, welcome to Tetra Football. This is the part 2 of the players you should watch out for in the 2022 Qatar World Cup. If you're wondering why we're all out of breath, we did a bit of fitness while Ryan was charging. Surprisingly, the largest was second best for me.
Let's get straight into it. We're Group E, so we got Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan. Spain v Germany, I think, is the go-to game.
Yeah, cool. So we're going to go Spain first. For me, Pedri. He was their stand-up player at the Euros, so Pedri for me. Simple as that.
For me, it's between Mikel Moreno and, as Georgia said, Pedri. Both, I believe, are midfield players, which, as if you've watched part 1, I do go a bit more in depth about the midfield position and why it could be so vital for teams to have a semi-decent to very elite midfield in the 2022 World Cup, just because it gives you that, it's a playmaking position, you can drop back to help defence, you can go forward, give more of an attacking option. It's
we don't need to watch part 1 anymore.
No, not anymore, but there you go, saves your time.
I'm going to go for a midfield option as well. I'm going to join both of you in that. I'm going to say Dani Olmo, though, a different midfielder. I think that
more attacking.
Yeah, more attacking midfielder, yeah. But I think he's definitely, for me, the most important player that Spain have. I think he will link up the midfield and the attack very, very well, and we all know that deep into extra time as well, he can still provide pace and stamina deep into the game, which will be useful in the knockout stages.
I'm going to second Jaden on Mikel Moreno. I think the midfield is also, I think it's kind of like that helps. They help the attack, but then they also
they help with the defence. So I'm saying the midfield is so underrated, just in general. It's so underrated.
Yeah, Rodri
as well. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's fair to say, isn't it, that the days of the classic midfield of 2010 of Iniesta and Xavi and all that, they're definitely missing.
They just played a full
team
in midfield.
They're missing that.
You could even say De Gea. Spain.
I mean, I can't see them with their
I don't think he gets in their team.
No, not obviously not in midfield, but as a goalkeeper, again.
He doesn't get in the team.
I don't know if he'll get in,
He hasn't normally got in their team anymore.
No, he's not because he's not in the 55-man.
Alright, anyway, Ryan.
Gavi. He's a young Spanish midfielder, and I think, a lot of talent, and I think, this could be his tournament to show he can do it on the big stage.
On that,
might even take Ansu
on that note, Ansu Fati and Marcus Llorente as well, I think, are both other...
well, next team in that group anyway.
Costa Rica.
I'm going to go with Keylor Navas.
I mean, that's the obvious one.
I think he's always had this problem when he goes to a team, it's always another goalkeeper.
He still gets in the teams when he goes to those teams, so he's clearly pretty
good. I think he is a very good keeper, and that's why we discussed it in another part. Goalkeepers are very important, but I think he's really going to help that side, but don't know if they can get through, but we'll have to wait and see, really.
Costa Rica, I mean, they're long from their glory days of 2014 when they, of course, did the unthinkable and topped the group and sent England, Italy and Greece out, got to quarterfinals, and, but they haven't changed their team much since then. They just got older, that bunch of 30-year-olds now, Joel Campbell and Brian Ruiz, the players used to be. Keylor Navas, of course, aging as well. Out of that lot, I'm going to go for, I'm not going to go for Celso Borges, even though that would be a funny option. I'm going to go for Brian Ruiz because he is, over the years, tried and tested with Costa Rica, as many of those players are.
For Costa Rica, there's one player who started to get in their team who's been pretty good in the Championship this season. He plays for Sunderland, he's their left wing. I can't remember the name, it's like Bernard Shelled, something like that. I can't remember his name, but I think he could be a player to watch for him. A young, exciting player looking to prove himself. I'm going to have to find out who that is exactly, but yeah, he could be a good one to watch for Costa Rica.
For me, I've gone with another surprisingly midfield option. I've gone with Burgess. Yeah, I've gone with them. To me, look, he's the sort of midfield player that you can rely to get the ball forward. You can rely on him to get the ball forward. You can rely on him to drop back. He's a very
all-around.
Yeah, an all-around midfielder, a box-to-box midfielder, if you will.
He also has a part-time music career.
Yeah.
Don't ask me why.
Is he? Why do you know that?
I think it's because I thought he was really funny and he looked like Bob from Bob Turner.
Ryan?
Well, I'm going to go for a cheeky little Keylor Navas. Not much to be said about him, apart from he's a class goalkeeper.
Well, next team of the group.
Germany.
Germany, for me.
Not the 2014 team, though.
No. I don't know. Muller's normally a good champion. He performs for international tournaments. Musiala, that's what I'm going for. He's been sensational this season, and can only see him getting better in the future. And he's definitely
He could have played for England, couldn't he? Musiala, but he chose.
Yeah, he could have played for England.
Unlucky.
So yeah, I'm going for
I'm
Musiala.
going to go with. He played for Chelsea.
Did.
I have it.
You
Oh,
did.
Timo Werner.
No.
You don't know.
I'm really
Rudiger.
Oh, Rudiger.
I think
Why did it take so long
No,
to
it's-
say?
memorising the arts of football, really. And
The dark arts of football.
I think he's going to. He's at a big club now, Real Madrid. I think he's going to be a very good
I
player.
insulted.
And so who am I insulting?
Chelsea, you said he's at a big club now.
Yeah, but I think Real Madrid.
Okay, well.
Step up.
Yeah, they're a big club, but Chelsea is still a big club.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a step up anyway.
Well, Germany.
Let's think of that.
Germany, their options
There's
all around the
one.
pitch.
There is one player I'm thinking of that I'm not sure if anyone else is going to say, so I'm going to wait to the end for that one.
Right, okay. Well, is it the guy with the long name beginning of the day? I don't know his name.
And his
Well,
last
sure,
name
mate.
beginning
Schlotterbeck.
Oh, yeah.
That guy, yeah.
that's fine.
Love him.
I've got a few options in my head. I was thinking Gundogan
No.
because he is very, very important. And you know, there's always Havertz, Gnabry, Sane, Muller, Neuer, of course, in goal.
Miller's a good shot.
You've got a very, very well-rounded team, I think, of Germany. I think it's sad that Kroos is retired, to be honest, because he was their midfield machine for a long time. But I'm going to go for Muller because he kind of is the last of the old guard, the last of Joachim Löw's 2014 Germany winning team. And he always is a machine in the World Cup, other than last one, obviously.
Jaden.
So for me, I've gone ex-Arsenal winger. I've got Serge Gnabry, of course. He now plays for Bayern Munich in the Bundesliga, who is now not that it's at all relevant for the World Cup, but he is now linked with Arsenal again, which I'm very happy about. But Serge Gnabry now at Bayern Munich is top tier. He's the sort of player that he's going to attract the big clubs from all around the world, all around Europe. And unfortunately, Arsenal just didn't make it, so I'm a bit upset to let him go in the first place.
Ryan.
Leroy Sané. I just think, great player. Shame that City let him go, but he's really gone over to the German football and developed his career, as you said, Tom. I think he's definitely one to watch. Not such a young player anymore, but I think he could bring a bit of spark to the tournament.
Yeah, and the one bonus player I was going to put in there was Kimmich. No one ever speaks about him. He's so underrated.
He is.
It's very true.
So I just
He
wanted-
really is. I think it's fair to say he was a huge carrier at the last Euro for Germany, getting through the group. Correct.
Yeah, he's still there.
Japan, he's still there. He's
I've
on
got
change country.
two options for Japan. I've got Tomiyasu.
Oh, that's who
Or I've got. Yeah, I can't say they play because I've seen bias if I say that, so I'm going to go with Tomiyasu.
Just say them.
I was gonna
Oh!
I was
say-
going to say Matona, weren't you?
Yeah.
Tomiyasu my
Don't
joke.
do it.
I'm not going to lie.
You're missing an obvious one. I think George is probably insulted the other.
So
Yeah.
who's the last in Group B?
It's Japan.
Oh, it is Japan.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, Tomiyasu.
Lovely.
Joe.
For me, Minamino was the obvious option. But I'm actually going to say Osako, the striker. I don't know where he's actually at now.
Wasn't it Werder Bremen? Wasn't it Werder Bremen?
Yeah, I think so, yeah, Werder Bremen.
And it was at Leicester for
it's
the point.
Commander, the Frank
Commander, oh yeah,
He's
Frank, he's
really
really good, he's really good.
So they've got a few good striking options, of course, paired with like Minamino and Tomiyasu and the wing back. They could actually pose a bit of a threat. Whether they'll better the 2018 performance or not is up for questioning.
I
Because they got
a game with Japan.
I do like their team, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah, they did get through their group in 2018 on disciplinary
disciplinary
points.
points, yeah.
But for me, Japan, Minamino, the obvious one. I'll probably go for him, but also should take notice of Ito, the winger from, is it Genk, I think?
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know, it's
Can I
not
say
Genk.
him?
It's, yeah, I'm going to go for him. I can't remember the
No, I
exact
think
one.
I think it's good.
No, it's not Genk. Genk's
Well, you've just said my pick. I'm going to say Ito. I think numerous Team of the Week performances. He seems to play really well, and I think he could be one of the most underrated players at the World Cup.
Alright, Group F then. So we start with the rather has-been past the team that is Belgium.
Belgium.
Yuri Tielemans.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Oh, okay, yeah. What a time.
I'm going to go for Yuri Tielemans because he's not the best, but I think he's been doing really well under Leicester, despite their poor form. He's been one of their shining stars, and I think the World Cup could be this chance to actually show he can do it on a global scale and not just in the best league in the world.
Yeah.
Well, I think Kevin De Bruyne is the obvious answer for Belgium. I mean, when you watch Belgium, he's the one you're looking out for. If anything good comes from Belgium, it's usually because of him. And although they do have some other good players, he is their main man and the one you should be watching out for in
I'll
Qatar.
have to second you on that one. Like Kevin De Bruyne, he's very good. Well, he helps, well, even with City, he helps him out a lot, but with Belgium, he's going to be an outstanding player in this. What age is Kevin De Bruyne at the moment?
Two, I think. He was actually at the 2014 and 2018 edition.
So will this be his last World Cup?
Maybe, but I mean, it's fair to say, I think that Belgium's
Modric played the 2018 World Cup at a similar age. He'll be.
Yeah. Jane?
For me, I'm going to back Ryan and go with Yuri Tielemans. The Leicester's number 8. I think the midfield partnership that Yuri Tielemans and Kevin De Bruyne are going to have for Belgium is going to be immense. Of course, the old generation of players from the national team of Belgium and the young. Of course, Kevin De Bruyne being the old, Tielemans being the young. I think it's going to be like a passing of the stick, if you will, from De Bruyne to Tielemans. I think Tielemans can maybe learn a thing or two off De Bruyne, which is going to be extremely beneficial for Belgium, because if Yuri Tielemans is learning off De Bruyne at the age he's at now, and he's just going to develop and get better. So for me, it's Yuri Tielemans.
It is unfortunate that we're not talking about Eden Hazard in this now. Like he was their main man, and then he just fell off.
For me, I completely agree. The midfield has been, vital for Belgium over the years, and like you say, the passing from the older generation to the new, I think, is very, very important to keep the spirit alive and not say, okay, our golden generation is gone, and we're probably not going to be able to do what we did in 2018 again. Instead of going in there with a mindset like that, you'd think that they would, probably think, okay, we've got these younger players coming through, let's give them a chance, and who knows, maybe in 10 years' time, 5 years' time, with the next World Cup, they could be back up where they were. But it is fair to say they've dropped off a bit. I'm going to say Kevin De Bruyne because same as what George and Tom said. Very, very important, not only for Belgium but for Manchester City as well. He kind of holds it all together, and I think that without him, Haaland wouldn't have scored the amount of goals he has.
De Bruyne
is, and probably up there with Modric as one of the best on the planet. I'd say De Bruyne is very important.
For Belgium, you said about their young players as well. A player who actually was quite exciting at the Euros, Jeremy Doku. He didn't have a great season after that, but if he still gets in that squad, he could definitely be a player that's dangerous.
But again, as important, as interesting as a young player, I think it's fair to say that the fact that if he's breaking through into that Belgian team, that's actually made the tournament like the Euros and perhaps even the World Cup, they're not at the level they once were, where in that position they would have once upon a time playing Eden Hazard or
Well, next team anyway.
Canada. I'm going to go with
interesting one.
I'm going to go with Jonathan David. I think he's
actually no, I know I'm going to go.
There is Alphonso Davies.
I'm going to go for Alphonso Davies.
I was going to say Alphonso Davies.
I think.
So we know your threes.
I was just trying to get it in before anyone else did. I've got no clue.
He's going to be the strike force of Canada, really. He's going to, get the goals on.
You're talking about the strike force. I'm going to talk about the defensive back line with Alphonso Davies. He's got the pace. He's got the defensive knowledge. His girlfriend's broken up with him, so he's got that power in him on.
Yeah.
So I think it'll have a blinding tournament.
Canada are, of course, for me, absolutely buzzing, aren't they? They've made it into a FIFA World Cup. Who would have thought that? They're hockey merchants. I'll go for Alphonso Davies as well. He's been incredible at Bayern Munich, and hopefully he can continue that into
I'll
the
let
national
George
team.
go because I can guarantee you the player I'm going to say is one you've not heard of before.
Well, I thought he was going to go for Jonathan David, but one I'm going to go for is Daniel Jefferson. He's from Sheffield United. He broke in, got a goal against Everton. He broke into the team, got a goal against Everton a while back. It's done decent for them in the Championship, and it would be a shock inclusion to have him in there, but I think a young, exciting player like that suits Canada's team, and he could break in and do very well for them and be a player to watch.
So for me, I've gone with Theo Corbianu.
You should set this up on this phone.
No, I haven't. I've used him in like career modes.
Fair enough.
Theo Corbianu, I believe, is a midfielder, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a midfielder. I believe.
Never heard of him.
Midfield magic, Theo Corbianu.
Who did you sign for in your career, mate?
What's his potential?
Oh, so I was doing a Fulham road to glory, and I needed a attacking midfielder, so I got Theo Corbianu.
This is how we got.
I thought he played left wing.
No one said Jonathan David, so definitely chuck him in there.
I swear to
I
God.
thought you agreed with Davies. I thought you
No. Doesn't listen.
Alright, so yeah, that's another way of looking at it, another option.
Based on your FIFA road to glory, who you pick?
Who's the next thing?
I'm gonna go.
Broja. Chelsea's striker.
He doesn't even know English.
I can't pronounce it.
Proja.
Yeah.
He's not. He's not Moroccan. He's Albanian.
Yeah, he's Albanian.
He's Albanian.
He's Albanian.
It's not even the same bloody continent.
You've cocked up that one, friend.
They're both red.
You have got a Moroccan in your team. It's just
Ziyech.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with.
I always get them two confused.
You go.
Hakimi.
Okay.
He's a really fast player, and he's gonna hold on and defend and attack.
In my defence, I didn't do geography at GCSE.
Okay. I think I'm going to go for Hakimi or Ziyech. They kind of like to stand out. Actually, now I said that, I just remembered En-Nesyri.
Oh, you prick!
Yeah,
you prick!
I can't remember.
En-Nesyri. Youssef En-Nesyri.
And Nesyri, this will be a striker.
Yeah, this will be a striker. And yeah, I'm going to go for him actually because he's the third player and he's different from the other.
So, I was quite excited about saying Youssef En-Nesyri.
Oh, wake up in people. Oh.
He's been linked with everyone, but
he has been, to be fair. He was on the last one for a while as well. But yeah, Youssef En-Nesyri is a tall, pacey striker. He's just sort of.
Just hate people that copy, you know.
Shut up, Ryan. In the gap between the videos, I actually said this to Joe. Tarabat, he's like their centre mid. He's one of their creative players. I mean, he probably would have been their main creative player before they sacked their manager, so they could actually play Ziyech at the World Cup. Because obviously they didn't like the old manager didn't like Ziyech and wasn't going to take him. Now they've got Ziyech, he might not be as important, but I still think for Morocco he could be a player to watch.
And Morocco, I think, will be so distraught at their last World Cup result. I mean, they were potted with Portugal and Spain. But they finished bottom of the group, and I think it was Iran was their other team, and they really didn't impress.
How many teams have got to go?
Well, what team?
Well, last team group F is Croatia.
No, I think I was going to go to Bob signed at Modric.
Okay.
Very creative player. I mean, he's past his years, but he's still a very good player.
Oh yeah.
It's Vlahovic.
No, he's still.
Vlahovic is Serbian.
Serbian, yeah.
Yeah, family passes.
No.
Oh.
But I'm going to have to go for Modric because he is arguably one of the best midfielders of all time, and I just don't think you can say that he doesn't deserve to be the one to watch.
Yeah.
Well,
Next.
It's like all good, man.
World Cup runners up, Croatia. I think no one expected them to do what they did at the 2018 World Cup. And I think they probably, for me, are the most interesting team to watch at this coming up World Cup. I'm definitely going to be watching Croatia. Because, I don't know, they're new load of players to replace those that retired after their incredible feat in 2018. I think like such as Vardiol and Kaletikar, and of course they got Livakovic in goal now as well. I think that is just, you know, the fact that they keep on producing these talents is amazing to me. I think they're definitely going to get out the group, could even top it here with this poor Belgium team. Modric, Perisic, Mandzukic, they were all the main players at 2018, and I think that, you know, those two that have stayed, Perisic and Modric, again will be very, very important to getting them far in the tournament. Yeah. Of the two, I mean, it's probably biased because he plays for Tottenham. I think Perisic, I personally would say I'd be more interested in watching, but Modric is a world-class talent, so I'm going to go for Luka Modric.
He did used to play for Tottenham.
Yeah, he used to play for Tottenham. So
let's make it 4 for Luka Modric. Being as old as he is, and as we know...
Who are you going to say?
Luka Modric.
I thought you were going to go on about Mandzukic.
No.
You literally said Luka Modric.
Yeah. Being as old as he is, with the experience he has and what he did in 2018, it is safe to say that he is going to be a main man for this Croatia side.
I think a key factor is his loyalty.
Yeah.
Because he's so loyal to Madrid, he'll teach that desire.
He'll pass it on to
When
the
you are
younger
the biggest
generation.
club
Yeah.
in the world, it's not that difficult to
Yeah.
be loyal to them. But for me, for Croatia, I would go for one of Modric's midfield partners, Brozovic, because what he does is he's important to them because he allows Modric to play. He does all the dirty work, which lets Modric do the creativity. And I also want to give in a mention to Gardi. Also, I really like him. I think he's a really good centre back. So him as well.
Brazil, the Seleção are the most successful team in the history of the
Brazil.
tournament. 5 World Cup titles to their name.
Brazil.
Could it be the time? Could it be 20 years since their last World Cup win? Could they do it again in 2022?
I reckon they can.
They can.
Right,
No,
who's
it's
starting?
coming home, G. I think coming home.
Everyone
You're
knows.
out of shot, Captain.
I think everyone knows we're going to say the same person.
There's a few options, but of course there's one more.
There's one that stands out.
Yes.
Casemiro, obviously.
I'm going to go
You
with
know what?
Neymar.
Alright.
He's got
the obvious
the pace, he's got the dribbling, he's got all he wanted in a winger, really.
I have to say he's a winger, but I think there's a better winger in Brazil right now, in Vinicius Junior.
Oh.
And I think we saw that during the Champions League run of Madrid last season, and I just think that talent will be vital to Brazil's success if they have any.
Do you want to get in shot
I mean, sure.
You're not.
Barely.
I'm actually going to go for a different option, and I'm going to take on your goalkeeping action because I think that Liverpool versus Man City, we always talk about, and the fact that they both have Brazilian goalkeepers is really, really
Football is
interesting.
sitting on the floor.
Do you
I'm
mind?
going to wait for this debacle to be done before I can.
It's so fat.
So I'm going to go for Alisson because I think he will be the first choice.
Whoa, what's he touching there?
I'm sorry.
Can we
Your
just carry
arm.
on?
Not
Yeah,
yet.
don't talk.
I'm going to go for Alisson because I think that Brazil this year, I mean, they haven't, for me, they could win it, but I don't think their talent is as great as it has been, in the past.
See, you say that, but then you got to think about the youngsters they've got.
Yeah.
Vinicius Junior,
The
Gabriel
Vinicius
Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, Gabriel
Richarlison.
Magalhaes. That's a
I'm
full
kidding.
name.
Richarlison.
Richarlison. There's so
Portuguese.
many.
I mean,
young
Gabriel
players.
Jesus is not going to get a game, is he?
Martinelli isn't going to play either.
What?
It's not going to happen.
He's their main number 9.
No.
He didn't play him.
Richarlison.
No.
No, I'm pretty sure he didn't get picked
Brazil
up.
Right,
actually
anyway,
play
in
Neymar
all-
up
in
front,
all of
so
the,
none of them
No
goes.
one gets a game over Vinicius Junior.
Over all the games they played recently, they haven't played Firmino or Jesus.
Yeah, Brazil
Richarlison.
plays Neymar up front. They play Neymar up front.
Yeah, with Richarlison and Vinicius behind.
Yeah.
Right, so my player to watch for Brazil is going to be Gabriel Martinelli. Of course, he's shining it up in the Premier League at Arsenal right now.
Will he play though?
Yeah, I would imagine with how he's doing in the league at the moment, I would imagine he's going to get a couple
He
games.
plays on the left though, doesn't he?
Yes, he's
And,
going
And
to.
I think Vinicius Junior and Neymar.
Right, say Vinicius
Why do
gets
you keep
injured.
saying his name like that?
Say Vinicius gets injured. You've got Gabriel Martinelli.
True,
who's
but
a
you've got
solid back.
Neymar there.
Neymar plays up front for Brazil, so unlucky.
Yeah, but he naturally plays left mid. If someone gets
Alright, moving on.
injured,
So
he
who
would
have
go
we got?
left
We've
mid.
got Neymar, we got Alisson, we got
Martinelli.
Martinelli, we got
Vinicius
No, I've
Junior.
done it, yeah.
and George.
For me, it's the obvious one, Neymar. There's people making shouts that he's going to make it his tournament, and I do think that is very reasonable as he's been in incredible form this season, and it is going to be his last World Cup, he has confirmed, so maybe he'll bring it back to
I
Brazil.
think we might need to rattle through these because we
It's-
don't
it's
have
going
much
to be-
time left on the time.
It's going to be a bit of a battle, isn't it? For the big three.
Not that professional.
The big three, Ronaldo's last World Cup, Messi's last World Cup, Neymar's last World Cup. Between those three, it's either going to be Portugal, Argentina, or Brazil that have to win it to prove a point.
Or England.
Should we move on to the next
Serbia.
Serbia,
Ooh,
This is a pretty
Mitrovic.
hard one.
Mitrovic. I think with the way he's playing in the Prem currently, I think that he's turned a switch. Something's turned in his brain. A cog has turned, and now he's going to become one of the best strikers in the tournament.
I'm going to go with a striker as well, but I'm going to go with Dusan Vlahovic. I think I think he was linked with Arsenal.
He was.
He
was supposed.
Juventus
He was
striker.
supposed to be on a January
Yeah.
transfer for the striker position, but he went to Juve. The prick.
Oh.
For
He's
me,
regretting now.
I'm going to go for Milinkovic Savic. He's just the linchpin of that team and a solid midfielder for them.
Another Arsenal link.
They never went.
Oh.
Big up.
All the links.
But for me, it's
Like FIFA.
between Dusan Vlahovic and Milinkovic Savic. Yeah, I know it's annoying.
Should I go while you make one?
No.
Yeah.
You've got this,
No,
mate.
right.
You've got this.
You don't have
My
long.
player to watch for Serbia is going to be Milinkovic Savic, mainly because throughout the two parts of this best players to watch for the World Cup, I have focused heavily on the midfield, and I'm sticking to that. I reckon Milinkovic Savic is going to be the guy to get guys like Dusan Vlahovic and Mitrovic in behind to
51 minutes.
to get those goals. So yeah, for me, I love that. Milinkovic Savic.
I think I'm probably going to have Milinkovic Savic too. They've got a lot of options, let's face it, Serbia, and I think that after failure of qualifying for the last Euro, they're probably going to think, alright, and may I add also, this group that they've been put in, they've got Brazil and Switzerland again. They're Brazil and Switzerland in the last one. So I mean, alright, they might have failed then to get out of the group, but this time, you know, maybe they can take revenge on Switzerland and actually get through this time.
Well, I'm assuming Switzerland is going to be the next team we're going to talk about then.
Yeah,
Granit Xhaka for me.
I'm going to start
Let's just start.
with one that might be a bit weird. He's kind of fallen off quite a lot. But Jordan Sakiri, for some reason, every single international tournament
He
with
does, doesn't
Switzerland, he does so well. So I'm just going to go for
I
him.
reckon
'Cause he always seems to pull something out the bag. So
He's got big
Jordan Shaqiri.
thighs, to be fair. He's got a
He's a
dangerous.
stocky little fella.
He's got a dangerous free kick, but I'm gonna go for Granit Xhaka. I
He's
think
in good form.
he's in great form for Arsenal. I think he might even be the key to their success this season. He's just breaking up the play. I mean, he's getting yellow cards, but he's not getting yellow cards for stupid reasons. He's getting tactical yellows now, trying to stop counter-attacking play by the opposition. I think, he's just got a bit more smart in him.
Yeah, I do want to say, I don't think we should underestimate Switzerland either, because they are the team that knocked out France at
Exactly.
the Euros.
Yeah.
And also, I do have to give out a quick shout out to Jan Sommer.
Yeah, I was going to wait to see if anyone
what-
said it.
He was going to.
What a keeper.
Yeah,
I'll lead on from that then. There, Switzerland have. Hang on, he's just.
Go on, I just said his boy.
Yeah.
Jan Sommer for me is the most important player because yes, they've got a decent midfield in form of Xhaka and Freuler, and yes, they've got a good attack in Bolo and Shaqiri, but personally for me, Jan Sommer keeps it all together. He's such an important goalkeeper, and for Switzerland, he's proven time and time again how useful he can be in shot stopping. So
He's like the glue to
Switzerland
the
actually have a
jigsaw.
really good squad. Like, is it
Right.
separate?
Anyway,
or
I'm
something?
gonna
yeah, it's very
Oh,
I'm going to
look, he's so
What about
offended.
Jaden?
and both. Oh.
Big man is
Go
he's
on.
beating you in the push-ups, so he's going to beat you to this.
Yeah, I am.
I was forward.
Hold that. No. Right, so I'm gonna second Ryan with Granit Xhaka. Of course, for Arsenal this season, he's been put in more of an attacking midfield role, which is where he's been able to shine, even though his natural position is more of a defensive role in midfield. Since he's been put into the attacking role of midfield, he's been able to get goals. One of the goals he scored last season, I think it was against Man United. Oh, that goal outside the box, rocket of a shot. But yeah, he's in very good form at the moment, and I reckon him in midfield with his midfield associates will do great things for Switzerland, and
Well,
hopefully they get out.
With Xhaka, it's not that he's in an attacking midfield role. It's just he's moved forward from a CDM into a box-to-box centre mid, which just suits his play style better.
I'm going to go with Mbola, and I'm going to go with him because I believe at the moment he's playing for Monaco, maybe one.
Yeah, it is.
I think he's going to help the attack out really. I mean,
And he's had good chemistry in the past with Jan Sommer as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has.
Marshall Gladbach buddies.
I
This is a
think
good.
they have a few backpacks players there.
Yeah,
they do.
Albany as well,
This
centre
this
back.
entire group is
Wait,
very interesting.
Oh wait, is that Fulham player?
I think like
This is
that
what we
fight.
are on
You've got Brazil, but you've got that fight between Serbia and Switzerland again, like Group E last time, which was it's so close to call between those two. Who's going to?
No one's thinking about it, but we could see Brazil flop.
And I mean, then there's the fourth team in the group, Cameroon. Who I mean, do you give them the time of day to even think about it?
I think they're a decent side. I mean, they've got John Matip, who'd be my pick for them. I mean, he's just a solid centre back, good, probably better than Van Dijk last season actually, and I think he's a very, very good player. So just go for him.
I think the midfield, while they're looking, midfield is very important for me. So I'm going to go for Andre Franz and Guisa.
I'm going to go for the goalkeeper, Onana.
You just
can't. Oh no, I thought he was finished.
I think he holds it together very, very well in midfield, and for me, Cameroon's most important player.
Well, now
I'm gonna go for the goalkeeper because I think in this tournament goalkeepers are the most important, and it's Onana. I think he is actually quite good keeper. I think if they are to have any success, it will be down to this man.
Well, Tom, I'll give Jaden some time to do his research.
I don't
I
actually
was just looking at them.
think he starts there, but I think Zambo and Guisa, I don't know if he starts, but hopefully I'm right.
I think he does, he definitely will.
Yeah.
Where does he play? Up front?
I think
attacking midfield.
Yeah.
Oh.
CDM normally actually.
I just think
Cameroon
help out that midfield and keep it all structured and make sure everyone's in the right place and all that.
Doing the role.
Yeah.
Jaden.
So I'm actually going second Ryan with Onana. He was my pick, but Ryan got there
I
first.
didn't.
So yeah, I'm going to second Ryan with Onana. For those of you that have seen part one with mine and Tom's debate about goalkeepers, you will know that they are, along with the midfield. So for me, this World Cup's less about the forwards, more about the midfield and the goalkeepers. The goalkeepers and the back line of defence are going to be what's going to really help a team concede less, and as long as they've got a decent attack and decent midfield, they're going to be able to get forward as well. So Onana is a top quality goalkeeper for me.
Following on from just Cameroon in general, I think that they're like kind of. They're not expecting much, let's face it.
Yeah, they haven't got the players
trashed out in 2014. And they're not your 1990 team of Roger Miller anymore. They're not that.
Yeah, they don't have the players like Samuel Eto'o anymore.
But you know what? I think that they probably are inspired. If you know what I mean.
I was going to say, I can see a team spirit from them. They did do decent.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that they have a group here which they're looking at teams. Okay, you have got Serbia, you have got Switzerland. They are beatable from Cameroon's perspective, and maybe they could even advance to the round of 16.
That's the problem with the World Cup for the big teams. So they can feel the pressure. But teams that other teams like, well, we can beat them.
Yeah,
we might. The big teams, they're like, we could lose to them.
Exactly. Because Cameroon are going to be looking at those games, thinking, actually, we can win those games. Whereas your Serbias and Switzerland, we think that we can lose that game. That's the game which you really got to make sure you pick up the points.
Yeah, well, anyway, I think another group now.
Final group, in the start of Portugal.
I think it's an obvious one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give you second time.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
I
think he's the best player in the world, to be honest.
I'm going to say Cristiano Ronaldo as well, greatest player of all time, in my opinion.
That's what I mean.
I think he's the greatest player of all time. He's, of course, the top international goal scorer of all time with 117 goals to his name in international tournaments. Top goal scorer of all time, full stop. And on the big stage, always seems to perform.
In Champions League, especially.
Champions League, won the Euros for Portugal, let's face it. You might not have played in the final, damn it, managed them. Don't like their manager, Portugal, but I think Ronaldo is.
Don't like Ronaldo?
I think Ronaldo pretty much is that position at
Bayern. So for me, I've gone with one of the wingers at Wolves. I've gone with Pedro Neto.
Over Cristiano. I don't think he gets in there too. I don't think he gets in the Portugal team.
To be fair, think about it, right? Pedro Neto is obviously a lot younger than Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo's not in the best form at the moment. In fact, he's not even playing. That's how shit form he's in.
That's not his fault. That's because Man United does have balls. They would be top league though.
You can't just make himself start.
But I reckon Pedro Neto, he's a great winger. He's going to be
start. Probably not.
Probably not, but even when he's on, I reckon he's going to be a sort of guy
that's whipping been in that squad for a while.
Alright, he's explaining.
I'm trying to. So yeah, Pedro Neto, I reckon he's going to be the sort of winner to whip in crosses, to cut inside. Bit of Gabriel Martinelli just for Portugal. He's a decent player. I quite like him.
And Ryan?
Well, you know, it's going to be a difficult pick, you know, obviously Pedro Neto and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Could go Bruno Fernandes.
Could go either way, you know. But second best player in the world, second best player of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo. You know Messi's clear.
Alright, let's not have this
No. This ain't happening.
No. This is going to make this video 20 minutes.
Stop. Shush him. Right,
Cristiano Ronaldo's better, full stop, let's go.
Right, enough. Continue.
Everyone in my football studies class has said Messi's better.
Imagine still going to school.
You go to school.
Well, anyway, Portugal for me, João Cancelo. He's a brilliant player, and for Portugal, he's one of their most creative as well.
Yeah, mate.
And I think now, I mean, he will be the reason Ronaldo scores goals. He will get forward and cross it into the box for Ronaldo. He'll be the reason Ronaldo scores, and he is the most creative player. So,
Ghana.
I
Long since their days of...
I think it's got to be
There's a few players.
Partey. I mean,
Yeah.
he shouldn't be on the pitch because he's done...
stop saying that every single
Yeah,
time.
but
He has a point. He does have a point.
He shouldn't be on the pitch. You're telling me I should just accept a rapist as allowed to
We
play
have a
football?
point, but we don't need to bring it up every
No, we
single
do,
time.
because
Yeah, but
it's
I
not
don't think-
acceptable.
I don't think something like that should be allowed on a football pitch.
Exactly.
In today's
Well,
world.
he's not
it
doing
didn't
it
happen
on
on the
the
pitch.
But still, he should be behind the
Yeah,
marks.
but we can't just go. Oh yeah, let's brush over the fact we've said it 3 times.
Yeah, but hang on. Okay, I don't want to piss on the parade here, but if you're going to look at a bold perspective, then making a video about the World Cup where hundreds
Yeah,
of people
Qatar.
have died, is morally wrong. It's absolutely a fucked situation for people.
Yeah.
But carry on.
Well, Partey, he scored some banging goals, but realistically, he should be in a jail cell. But
Okay, we get it. Talk about the actual player.
man.
Talk about the actual player.
Okay, Jaden.
you shouldn't wipe over him.
No,
for anything, Salma.
I'm
I'm sorry, we shouldn't.
Just shush.
Right, so I've gone with
You're
Thomas
silent,
Partey. Shut
Timmy.
up! I've gone with Thomas Partey. Granted, he should probably be elsewhere, but regardless, he's in very good form at the moment. Another midfielder from me, for obvious reasons. You already know why. He's a good playmaker, great team player.
Wow.
And he's got the benefit of scoring goals as well as playing a more defensive role in the field.
I think that I'm going to go for Thomas Partey for the Black Stars as well. Because, to be honest, what?
That is their nickname.
That's a nickname.
I know.
So, I'm
Laughing at
going
him.
to go Vin because he just is their kind of midfield main man. And yeah, that's kind of...
Tom.
It's quite
I
a
think
good
yeah,
Shouldn't be on the pitch, should he?
I think they've got a few players there. They've got Mohamed Salusi, they've got Inaki
Ooh,
Williams,
Salusi.
they've got Talanti, they've got...
Got prison.
I don't
Salusi.
think
I don't really want to say
Salusi's
Salusi.
from Ghana. I don't think he's from Ghana.
Yeah, but they do a little
But he's
I don't want to associate myself.
Yeah, this
with
is what I was about to say.
Christian
It's quite interesting that this year all of the African nations seem to be more Central African, whereas in the last one it was all like the kind of Arabic African countries up north.
Yeah.
Egypt.
And then before that, we had all the ones from the south, didn't we?
I might just go
Actually, we
with
did in
Mohamed
2010.
Salusi because I don't want to associate myself with... Well,
Shabalala!
Well,
Who
and
you going to go for?
for me, Tarek Lamptey.
Yeah, go for a prison cell.
I think the problem with Talanti, you just tend to get injury prone.
Yeah, but he'll probably play. He's not injured at the moment. So.
I
I
think
do love the cultural aspect of
He is a very-
the World Cup, so I don't want to
The cultural aspect, yeah.
you know what I mean? The fans are always so into it.
Yeah.
Shabala!
I love it.
A goal for whole of South
But
Africa.
he is, embarrassed defenders. Really.
Well, next team anyway.
Uruguay, the two-time World Cup
Cavani.
champions.
You're
First World Cup
outside.
winners.
You're
My
outside.
dark
Winners.
horses, I think they
Yeah.
could even win the thing. Well, no, I don't anymore.
He does
Uruguay.
anyway.
But they have got 4 incredible players. Actually, Cavani, I think, it won't even play. I'm not going to lie.
Probably.
Yeah, I
But
think he's
3 incredible players. 4, I didn't know. I'd rate the keeper, Muslera.
Oh.
But Luis Suarez, Rodrigo Bentancur, Darwin Núñez, they're the 3 like key players, and they have been for quite a while. Well, no, Nunez hasn't.
He's new.
Nunez, to be fair, he's not the best footballer, but at least he doesn't do dodgy stuff.
At the last World Cup, they got to the quarterfinals with, of course, Cavani and Suarez up front, with Diaz Keita and Bentancur behind, and I think they are quite a unique team in their playing style, and I do rate Uruguay a lot.
Yeah.
The chances of winning it slim now, I'd say, but I think I'm going to go for Luis Suarez just because of his influence, and he's kind of carried on Diego Forlan.
I'm gonna continue your pick of a striker. I'm gonna go for Darwin Núñez. I do think, whilst he's not had the best start to the Premier League, he's still scored a couple of goals. I think tournament football is more what he is suited for. I think it's better than league football for him.
Yeah.
Jaden?
For me, I've gone with Darwin Núñez. Of course, he's not. I don't think he speaks English at all.
No one.
So there you go. Benefit of the doubt for him to be able to have people that can speak the Uruguayan language.
Spanish.
Yeah. It sounded fancier saying Uruguayan language, didn't it?
Wow. I'm going to go with Bentancur because I think he's going to be.
Let me finish my explanation.
Oh, alright. He's getting angry. He can't finish.
So yeah, as I was saying, Darwin Núñez having the ability to speak Spanish.
Joe's dying.
Does he speak?
Right, we got
speak Spanish, being able to actually communicate with this team, I think is going to be a massive benefit for Núñez.
Wait, so we just can't talk to anyone like that?
Shut up.
So are you all Núñez?
No, it's Suarez, and he's gone Bentancur.
Yeah, I think you need that kind of midfield presence. When I last see Bentancur, he normally puts in a challenge. And when I think that's going to, well, you don't want him putting in too many challenges so he gets sent off, but you want to keep, because
I'm not sure how that works, let's not put too many challenges. I think it's more if it's a foulable offence.
Yeah.
You
made too many challenges.
You don't have any tackles in there.
You made one too many challenges.
Right. I know the first 5 have been clean, but you've made one bad challenge. She ain't gone.
Right, okay.
You've made one.
Anyway,
so midfield presence, we got
for me,
Is he dancing
I was
with a
going to
dog?
go. Shut up. I was going to go. Stop! Why do you always point at stuff? Not even in the video. Whenever we film.
He was dancing with a dog.
Anyway, I'm going to go for. I was going to go for Jose Mario Jimenez, but I think he got injured, so I'm not going to. Did he?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I thought he got injured. I heard he got injured, but I'll go for him. I'll go for him anyway. So I think he's their rock at the back, quite experienced now as well, so it could be very good.
Well, South Korea, I think this could be the first time we're going to have all 5 people in the same place.
Yeah, Son Heung-min.
Son.
Son.
I'm going to say Son, but I'm going to say another pickup.
She said Kim Min-jae and Mashing the Shoot.
No, I'm just saying he's going to be a. You can say that as an honourable mention.
He's going to say Hwang Hee-chan.
Oh god.
I'm just going to give
The only worry for South the only worry for South Korea is that Son hasn't been on form.
Yeah.
What are you going to say? Well,
But then, that's the thing, you go and play South Korea, he's got bloody 5 free kicks in a row. What are you doing, mate? At least try. So you go for Son or Kim Min-jae?
I'm going to go
I'll give Kim Min-jae a little bit.
Credit, appreciation.
I'm going to go for
Son.
Kim Min-jae.
This is just ridiculous.
He's a centre back. He's playing solid. And I think Son is out of form, so I think
he's still their most important player.
I think Kim Min-jae is actually. I think we have to highlight some of the smaller names like Kim Min-jae.
Yeah, I understand that, but I think the name of Son Heung-min is just
sounds better.
I just think he's gonna.
Sounds fancy.
He could genuinely go to the South Korea and just take over and
he could literally run a dictatorship and then
That's really Mohammed.
Yeah, we're down for that.
Wait, no, it wouldn't be a
Sounding
dictatorship. That's North Korea, not South Korea.
Oh, come.
Mug.
Well, is there any other teams have we done?
That's it, that's all
of them.
Right, guys. So that was part 1 and 2 of the players we think you should be looking out for in upcoming 2022 Qatar World Cup.
Oh, actually taller than everyone thought.
Wow.
So,
okay.
So yeah,
his head's not even in
no one is. I'd beat all of you.
So yeah,
What is he doing? Uruguayan accents?
Sit down.
Let's end this.
So yeah, thanks for watching. Join us again for another episode at some point soon.
You're not escaping.